Right, good morning. There's some weird alarm thingy going off, and now it's stopped. But yeah, I've just been mulling over. Well, it's Christmas. One thing that just madly has only just popped into my head, and I'm really not sure why it has only just popped into my head, but about something that, like, walking, basically. Walking. I used to walk all the fucking time when I think about it. I always used to take my bike up into Boscombe or down the beach all the time, and I'd walk along the beach, or I'd just walk around where I lived, just to get my head out of the four walls closing in mode. I used to walk, and obviously, like, I broke my leg, and I never sort of really gave a thought to how I was obviously impacted by the fact that now I can't have a shower, I can only have baths. Getting dressed is actually fucking dangerous. Because I was non-load bearing for a lot of it. That's actually quite scary. I nearly went down the stairs a couple of times, proper nearly once, and I was fucking frightened because I ended up with one arm out with a crutch in it, and that was just about to topple forwards. I only just saved it. I had nothing fucking stopping me. I was about to just go what, and it land on the crutch maybe, or fuck knows. So yeah, there's the significant impact of that, and I'm still walk in pain, and I've got to go back to the physios because I've got all sorts of complications going on. And it's I massage my foot every day. I had a really good day yesterday with my foot, actually. I think I might ride my bike to the gym this morning, because that's the other thing. I've got I can ride my bike for. There's a hill on the way to the gym that I get to, and I've always got to stretch out my right leg. My right leg cramps like fuck after about 50 meters of walking, and I mean significantly. It's enough to stop anyone walking. Sometimes I have to just lie down, and it's just put my leg out straight, and it's just fucking out. So that in and of itself is enough to cause anyone stress. I know people live with much worse disabilities, but when you've been able-bodied and it's suddenly right off your feet. And the thing is, everyone's really supportive when you've got a broken leg, when you're in a mobility scooter, when you've got a great big fucking frame on it, when you're limping really badly. But now it just sort of seems to be better, because it's only a broken leg, and broken legs get better. Not when they're broken this badly, they don't. There's still loads left. I can feel so much potential in that fucking ankle, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna fucking get it, definitely. But in terms of walking just being a coping strategy, I've lost that. And I've literally only just realised how much I relied upon it. That or my bike. I was literally got to the point where I'm sure it was every single fucking day of my life, unless I just wasn't there, unless I wasn't at home, if I'd gone away for the weekend or something. I was on my bike in one way or another, even if I nipped up the shop, just up to the fucking local shop. I'd take my bike up there, rain or fucking shine, just always on my bike. I got to a point where I had about a 6-mile radius. Sort of last year, that was. Yeah, throughout last year, I had about a 6-mile radius of, if I was going like to see someone in Poole or something like that, I'd cycle quite a lot of the time, unless it was, impractical. If I was shopping or, other reasons. But generally, if you're just going to see someone, just take a bike, just because I like it. And I haven't been able to do that without that being painful. So I'm going to try it this morning, because there was a hell of a lot more mobility in my left ankle yesterday, loads. It's weird, isn't it? As soon as I'd arranged to see the physios, and I just suddenly started to get a lot more movement, and it wants to stretch as well. You can feel it when it's like, it wants to be sort of bounced on and moved. I can hop now as well, properly. It's still a bit all over the place, but I can actually come up and take off of my toes and land on my heel. Proper hopping. I can roll it through. Boing. So yeah, I did three entire hops the other day. So I'm going to start building them up, and then I'm going to start doing diagonal hops. It needs to really get fucking punished, and that's all cool. But then, you know, sometimes I do punish it, and then I'm like fucking just the whole day I'm moving around going, oh fuck, ow, and it's, you know, it's a tolerable level, and you just put up with it because you fucking have to. But, you know, again, stand back and think, mate, that can't be helping your fucking mental state. It can't be. So I think it's just another thing to bring into my mindfulness, isn't it? Another thing to bring into my awareness. Like when I'm out and about, just saying to myself, look, remember you're going to be pissy because it's Christmas time, but that's not their fault. Remember you're going to be a bit impatient and a bit like out of breath because there's still a load of stiffness and pain. Just remember those things. I'm going to see if it helps. I think it will help. It's like excusing yourself before you do it, in a way, or just having that awareness of it. Just thinking to yourself, you're going to be oversensitive. You're going to be oversensitive. Remember, you don't actually give a fuck about anything. I've used that one before. Sometimes I have to just give a fuck about nothing in the world. Who fucking cares? It's their shit. I don't fucking care. Don't fucking care. And it's never that I don't fucking care. I always care too fucking much. But it's like, obviously, I surely need to fill that with something. Even if it's like very, very gentle physio exercises or something like that. It's like my body and my mind is used to, I don't know, maybe the walking was just an expansion of my rocking. Maybe that's why I'm rocking more. Because to be honest, sitting and chatting, rocking like this, yeah, I would probably end up doing without realising it. But the knee clapping one, that was more when I was overthinking or excited or whatever. But I noticed it the most when I was coming off the morphine, because I've been on it for like 2.5 months, something like that, like 4 times a day, 20 milligrams. It's not hefty, but it's significant enough. And within that time, I tailed it down over a few days because I didn't think I was getting any more, because I was just thinking they'd be cagey with it. They were fucking throwing this stuff at me. They never questioned it. Well, do you need more morphine? Yeah, go for it. There you go. Never questioned how much I'd taken. There's me being all meticulous with my doses and knowing I'd had some PRN doses. I've gone a little bit heavy occasionally. I used to take 10 milligrams before I went clubbing, prophylactic. But yeah, they were throwing that shit at me. But then I did come off of it because I wanted to as well. I was like, I don't want to be on this shit forever. And it was, what was it? When one of the times I tailed off, and I think it was on the second night, and it was the day before I had an appointment. They put me back on anyway. But I suddenly thought, fucking hell, it's 4 a.m. Why are my legs going like this? And I thought, opiate detox. That's why. Kicking the habit. You're having a little mild fucking opiate detox. Don't worry about it. And then I went back on it, and then I was expecting it again for, you know, a few sort of nights or weeks or whatever. But it pretty much hasn't stopped. It pretty much hasn't stopped. The restless leg thing is just, I don't know. It's like my neurological system's going, oh yeah, I remember this. This used to fucking occupy me shitloads. I'll do that again. But yeah, I'm talking about, I can't take physical steps forward, but I can take metaphorical steps forward. I can still keep addressing what's going on, physically and mentally. I can maybe use my leg recovery as a metaphor or something. But yeah, it's like the realisation that there's actually a fucking big hole in a lot of ways of something that was a physical and mental pleasure and coping strategy. And I've just been coming at it from, you know, the sort of being able-bodied point of view, which anyone would, you know what I mean? And that's why there's a physical element to my disability claim, because there is. There is, you know, if you can only walk 50 metres without fucking being in considerable pain, that limits you severely in the time it takes you to get to places and what you're able to fucking do and whether you're able to carry shit. You know, coming back from Coventry, I was in fucking agony at the train station. It was really, really severely unpleasant. It was like I'd had an accident sort of pain. Do you know what I mean? Like leaning at the side. Like, fuck. Yeah, but that's because I'm an oversensitive twat, isn't it? But no, it's something to bring into my awareness, into my mindfulness, and think, yeah, there's all of that gas that I was burning, and all of that fresh air I was getting, and I'm not anymore. So I need to, like, don't know, I need to drive more places and just be outside more, I think. I need to drive to the beach more and fucking, I have to take my roof box off so I can get under the barriers in car parks. There's loads of car parks I can't get into. It really limits me having my truck. I've got my shit upstairs in my roof box. I'm like, yeah, I don't know where the fucking key is, to be fair. You need to unlock that fucking thing. I haven't got the key. Well, I've got it somewhere, definitely. But yeah, it's definitely something I'm gonna take steps towards.